Right, well, let's hear more from the chairman, from his days in charge of Alexandra Blackpool to taking over as secretary and then later becoming the owner of the legendary Orlando Pirates. Dr. Irvin Khoza has done his bit to keep the mighty Buccaneers very high in the African football chain. Let's hear a bit of the journey this man traveled with this household team, helped by some resilient women, and how he preserved its rich history.
I really want to appreciate, Rob, coming up from Alexandra Township into Soweto, there was a very interesting expression, "Vis the Irvin." But fortunately, Sylvester Ndaba's father used to take me to all the meetings of Pirates when I was young, and supporting Orlando Pirates, because my team in Alexandra is Amagepula also, which I played for. People were not sure that I was playing football. They go to the Alexandra Mall, and now they see that my picture in a team that was popular in Alexandra Township. But when I got involved, I realized that this team is so much rich in history. So when I got involved by default, because I got involved after just coming back from college. And I was invited, to participate when there was a split in the team. There were two groups. I managed to be in the group that was disadvantaged, predominantly made up of women, which were called the Orlando Pirates, who gave the opportunity a lot of icons of Pirates, whether it's Keza Mutang, whether it's Jomo. They all know Mastrogelo's house. We all know Mastrogelo's house. She opened her heart, to all of us to make sure that, we nurture our talent. But more importantly, when I got a chance to participate, the most important thing for me, how to preserve this history. And I never had too many answers, because, I was getting myself involved in a thing that I had to learn inside. I had a mono perspective, not a stereo perspective of what Orlando Pirates is all about. I only realized inside that how rich it is in history. Sitting here today, Rob, I appreciate that, it made me, to be recognized, in the country, internationally, in the continent. As I was saying to my players this morning, that, having offered my services to Orlando Pirates, because I took it not for granted, I took it as a challenge, as a calling. Today I'm chairman of Orlando Pirates. I'm chairman of the league, thanks to my colleague in the league to give me an opportunity to serve them. And I was chairman of the World Cup. So that three things are so valuable to me than anything I've achieved in my life. If you serve people honestly, somehow you get rewarded. So that is a motivating influence, is experience I share every day with whoever I talk to, wherever I go to a motivation. As I was talking to my players today, I shared the same experience to them when I was encouraging them. So this club, deserves better. I don't think I've got the strength big enough, to satisfy the wishes, expectations of the supporters, because they've been spoiled for years. But also the people that played for this team, be it Kaiser, be it Jomo, obviously when they look with mixed emotion, because they know what it meant for them in those years. So that's why it's very important that, to respect their contribution, you must give it the respect it deserves, give it a chance to compete, give it a chance to win something, give it a chance to be relevant to society, to be relevant in the continent. And that is why you cannot think about yourself, but you think about the cause, sometimes at the expense of your family, at the expense of your health. But what is it? If Mandela could have offered himself, who are you to complain?
So, league football.